What is up, everybody? DanDanTheFireman here, and today this is actually a video that we talked about during one of the live streams, and I got a lot of good tips from you guys as crew members of what happened, because this is a weird camera angle. Anyways, let's jump into this and figure out why this guy got hit. So I think a lot of you guys are starting to put two and two together on this one. It took us a little bit on the live stream to really figure out what happened, kind of the dynamics of everything, because we only have this one shot. But right away, what I see right here and what you guys can see during the video is he was hauling ass. He was just going on really fast. We don't know the speedometer. We don't know the speed. We don't know any of that stuff. We don't even know if it's hauling ass. It might be the speed limit. Who knows? Okay, we can't tell. So we're going to remove speed from this equation. But if you look at the previous video, maybe a little bit of ego into it. But every rider has ego. So anyways, moving forward, he has a full jacket. He's got really good boots. Not pants, and I recommend guys getting pants, especially if you're going to get T-bone like this guy. His right knee could possibly get hurt. His right hip could possibly get hurt because it looked like he had an angular incident. So he's going to be going, like I said, I can't tell because the lower we are to the ground, the faster things tend to look, but it's actually kind of a cool shot, right? So it really is. I mean, you can see how the suspension's moving. Anyways, moving forward a little bit, the chain looks cool. There's cars. So right here we have, let's take a quick look at this. We have vehicles, oncoming traffic on the opposite lane. We have a centerline stripe. Okay, so that's a good indicator. It also doesn't look like we have a good escape route to the left or the right. There's no real shoulder. Okay, so now I kind of have an idea of what the road is looking like, not necessarily what the rider looks like, and not necessarily what's in front of the rider. But this is the information we can grab. So moving forward a little bit more. Okay, so there's the downshift. So that's what it looks like, the downshift. It's kind of cool to watch from this. So there's the downshift, and that means he's slowing down. Okay, so now maybe there's a curve coming up, right? Okay, oh. What is that? What is that? How did that happen? So how did he get hit? And when we were looking at this during the live stream, this is kind of like a little bit different. This is gonna be a little bit of fun that we're gonna have right here. So the reason why he went up and over that way is that there was an impact from this side, whether somebody came externally and impact him with its own force, or we hit an impact and then glided off. Okay, so that's the two options that we really have in this situation. And then when I look at this right here, we have a shadow. So that means there's a vehicle there, because there's also the shadow for the motorcycle rider. But that shadow never moved. Okay, it kind of moved. See how it's combined with that shadow right there? And it's kind of moving, but we're catching up to it quick. So that means there's a vehicle slowing down. Now, why would a vehicle be slowing down right here? Well, we have a driveway or we have some type of dirt road. So maybe that vehicle is wanting to turn left. So now when I see this, we have a vehicle coming up, which is the motorcyclist. We have a vehicle in front, and the motorcyclist is wanting to do that, but then the vehicle is doing this, boom, hits, and then now flies off. So that's my perception of that. So when we see a little bit more, this is a straight line, straight line, straight line, straight line, straight line, downshifted, straight line, straight line, straight line. So he's going really fast in a straight line, maybe anticipating that this vehicle is going to continue going straight, and then all of a sudden you see some brake lights and it's wanting to turn left. That's my indication of what could possibly happen. So when I see that, speed's a factor. It doesn't matter if he was hauling ass. It doesn't matter if he was going super duper fast. He was going too fast for the conditions involved. So the right speed is the important speed. Not too little, not too much, but the right amount for the conditions present, whether it's a curve, intersection, whatever, parking lot practice. The right speed is very important, and he's not doing the right speed. He's going too fast for the conditions. If it was a straight road and there was nothing there, maybe he's going the right speed. But right here, there's a vehicle, and that's where the impact happens. So you can't see anybody else. You can kind of see you can't really see anybody else in the incoming traffic, but this is definitely an intersection. He got hit angularly. Now, why did he get hit right here in this part of the road? He's all the way in the far left. It's because that vehicle is turning left in front of him. So once again, when you get in an escape path because there's somebody in your path of travel, don't choose the one where it's going to be where the vehicle is already going. So if the vehicle's turning left, don't swerve left. If the vehicle's turning left, swerve right. Slow it down so that you can buy yourself some more options. Hopefully that vehicle can get way out of your lane because you're applying the brakes, especially during a straight line. and it gets out of your path of travel, and then you swerve right, or just maintain like a lane position 3, which is off to the right, and you're able to get past the vehicle. Either way, we're going too fast for the conditions. And then on top of that, we picked the wrong thing to do. Now, if everything happens and we failed at this, make sure you wear full gear, because this right here looks very painful. And on top of that, you don't want to have a lasting injury. You want this to be a motorcycle crash or a close call that is not going to affect you in the future other than financially. Okay, financially, if you have to get a new bike, you have to do all that stuff, not a big deal. But if you have to get new legs, or if you have no spine anymore, or the spine was cracked in half, then we just have bigger issues. And now you can't do the thing that you absolutely love. And that's the biggest thing here, guys. I want you to do what you want to do. And if motorcycling is it, then let's do it as safe as possible so we can do it for as long as possible. That's all I want to do.
That was great. I needed to pick up.
So I think a lot of you guys are already probably leaving the video like, oh, that was nothing. What can we learn from this? Well, there's actually quite a bit that we can learn from this, because this is what causes quite a bit of crashes for motorcycle riders. And until it reaches 0, we're going to talk about it. So moving forward right here, we have multiple lanes, 1, 2, 3, 4 lanes of traffic. Okay. So now we have 4 lanes of traffic that we have to mitigate and manage. Okay. So we don't want to be in what? Their blind spot. And that's what's going to be the biggest cause here, is being in people's blind spots. I personally, and we're just going to jump straight into it, I personally like to ride like all these people here are other motorcyclists. And as a motorcyclist, this is a group. So when I ride around with other vehicles, I treat it like it's a group ride, and I stagger myself away from them. And that's what you should do, because that's going to give you the best space cushion possible when it comes to cars. And it's also good practice if you're out going to start riding with other riders. It's like, well, I've been already practicing my group riding etiquette with other cars. Killing 2 birds with 1 stone. That's how I treat it. So right here, I know the arrow's right there, but I'm looking at this. I'm in orange stage right now because I am worried that these vehicles are going to come into my path of travel. And right now, this vehicle, this Honda, I'm in their blind spot because people don't know how to use their mirrors and change them up, because technically there's no blind spots if you position your mirrors correctly. But I'm not going to get into that. This guy could easily transfer into my lane, but we're also kind of staggered. So if he transferred to my lane, he's not going to hit me if I maintain my speed and they maintain their speed. But now I just have them super close in front of me, and then they technically cut me off. So this is actually a staggered position. I'd give myself a little bit more of a space. So we're going to move forward just a little bit more. And right here, brake lights. So let's go back just a little bit. Brake lights, that's a good indication of, hey, something's happening. This car driver or this truck driver decided to do something outside of applying a little bit of a foot on that pedal. He's applying his foot on the brake, so he made a decision. So what could he be doing? Well, he could be switching lanes. I'm just saying, like, that's what I see when I see brake lights like that. Okay, well, maybe he just got into this guy, and now this guy decided to change lanes because he got pressured and pushed over. Not a big deal. Okay, well, now this guy's closer. This guy right here is closer to me in this lane. So I'm a little concerned. Now I'm starting to get a little bit boxed in right here. Blind spot. Don't like it. I'm going to accelerate a little bit so I can get out of the blind spot and get away from them. So then right here, okay, we're past that. Boom. The guy also sees it. The motorcycle also sees, hey, this guy's changing lanes. But here's the thing. We're in his blind spot even 2 lanes over. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to increase my speed or slow it down because I want to mitigate and manage what blind spots I'm going to be in and how I can do everything. So right here, once again, slow it down or speed up. So right here, I would speed up a little bit because now I don't have anybody to my right. I see a little bit of traffic up ahead, but remember, I'm just speeding up to get in front of this guy, not to haul ass and lane split. Okay, so I'm going to put myself in the best position for line of sight, and so I have the best space cushion. That's my biggest thing. I say line of sight first because I want to see first. I don't care if I have a small space cushion, I still want to see. And I'm going to be on high alert if I have to. But if I can't see anything, it doesn't matter if I have the best space cushion in the world. I'm just riding around blind. So right here, blind spot, blind spot, blind spot. And if this guy wants to switch lanes from the fast lane to this lane, maybe he's getting ready for his exit, and maybe he wants to go to this lane, and you see what I mean? So right here, I just stay out of blind spots, and if this guy did swerve right, we're not staggered anymore. He's probably going to clip my front tire with his tailgate. So right here, once again, so as soon as you see this, and the motorcycle rider saw it ahead of time, so very good situational awareness on the motorcycle rider. As soon as you see that front tire or any tire get close to that line, whether they're going to go over it or not, it doesn't matter. You're in red stage already. But you see what I mean by the tailgate hitting us if this guy kept going? So yes, this could be extremely bad for us as a motorcycle rider, but there's telltale signs and things that you could have done to kind of get yourself out of any of those situations. So he's going to come over, and there's going to be a little rev bomb, honking, all that stuff. And actually, this truck paid attention and actually heard it. I'm very surprised. But a horn and rev bombing doesn't work like 99% of the time. So this was the exception to the rule. The rule is just don't put yourself in that situation and move and mitigate and change lane positions and get in front, get in back, all these different things that you need to do so that you don't get in this situation. If you do get in this situation, you can apply some brake pressure to decelerate and move back. You can apply some acceleration to get in front. You can move lane position. There's so much stuff you could do, and that's what I want you guys to do. I don't want you to be stagnant like a car driver just sitting in a lane like, not a big deal, I'm just going to ride. I can't move anywhere anyways. No, we're on motorcycles. You can move. You can do whatever you need to do and do it. So right here, moved out of the way, and then we're going to accelerate and get past. So that's what I would have done in the first place. That's what I would have done in the first place, and this would have not been an issue. And that's the thing, guys. This happens all the time. Let it be a non-issue. Go back to what you need to be doing. And the only way you can do that is if you're not surprised. Okay, so right now what I want you guys to do is recognize the situation. Next time it happens to you or it gets close to happening to you, you're going to recognize it, not be surprised. You'll be like, I saw you doing that, dude. I saw it. And you were able to correct it before it happened. You're like, man, I feel good now because I saw this close call. I saw this pattern. And I did something. It feels good to actively do something and achieve something like that. So that is what I want. That is the confidence I want you guys to build. I don't want you guys to build the confidence of I was hauling ass and things never happened to me and get complacent. I want you to get confident because you saw what happened and you mitigated and you solved the problem. That's what I want. Yep. With that said, I hope you guys ride safe, be safe, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow.